for you to remove a proportionality sign, you need to replace it with a constant. Okay, you need to replace it with a for you to remove the proportionality sign, you need to bring equals to and a constant. Okay, it is a law in mathematics. It's actually a law in mathematics. So looking at it now, this will now give us this same rule. We can now write it as V is equal to I R. So what happened is that this R is the constant. Okay, this equals to is this one, you get, and this I is this I, this V is this V. So what really happened is that I removed the proportionality sign, the direct proportionality sign. This is called direct proportionality sign. I removed it and I replaced it with a constant, which is R. Okay, I replaced it with R. I brought in my equal sign. So in this case, we are now having a situation of number 2. This is also Ohm's law. This is also Ohm's law. This is also Ohm's law. You understand that? So because you might enter an examination, they ask you which of these represents Ohm's law. You understand? So if you see this, it's the same thing. So number 3 way, and another way of representing Ohm's law is this. Sometimes in Ohm's law, V might not be the subject of the formula, but this is the primary formula. This is actually the primary formula. You understand? So we might, since we know that V is equal to I R, okay, let's assume that now we want to make I the subject of the formula. We want to make I the subject of the formula. All right, so we now divide. We will now remove this R. We want to make this I subject of the formula, so we remove R so that I will be alone. This I now will now be alone. So what we now do is that we divide both sides by R. Okay, for those of you who are not too good with mathematics, but you need to learn it since you're offering physics already. So if I divide both sides by R, what will happen is this R will go with this R. I will now be alone on the right hand side, thereby making I the subject of the formula. So we will now have that this is this I will now be equal to V over R. So I will now be equal to V over R. You get that? So that's that. So this is another way of representing Ohm's law. This is also Ohm's law. This is Ohm's law. This is Ohm's law. All right. So I've given you 3 variants of Ohm's law. Depending on how your question comes, you might come into exam hall. They might ask you which of these represents Ohm's law, which of these does not represent Ohm's law. So I wouldn't want you to come to a situation you see this, whereas you just need this and this. When you now see this, you now be like, how did it come about? So let's look at another variant. Okay, we know that V is equal to I R. Okay, so we might want to make R the subject of the formula. So to make R the subject of the formula, we eliminate I. Okay, so I want you to do that for me. You can attempt that by yourself.